So let's continue the conversation about career growth. There's a lot going on with AI, for example, some of the pitfalls, and we'll continue on the theme of working from home too, but we'll start with AI. And we've gotten in conversations recently where we're looking at where AI is going, the jobs it's already replaced, maybe like 2 to 5 year map on what's happening. And one of those things that we just talked about is AI is wiping out a lot of the lower level coding jobs, which now presents the question of if that's going to eliminate all the low level and even maybe medium level coding jobs, how does anyone ever actually get the experience to become the high level coder, which they'll make a ton of money, but the barrier to entry for that's going to be enormous now. So how are we going to build up the next generation of high level coders?
It's difficult because it's not so much like if, it's a matter of when, because it's already happening. The biggest thing that I advise, coding is a great example, but really for anyone whose job is at risk for AI is to try to learn as many skills as possible with your organization, be willing to take part in cross-functional projects, be willing to learn soft skills. Organizations at the end of the day, they do have people, and if you suck at dealing with people, you are more expendable for that organization. It's just a fact. So if you're not willing to work with people, if you're not willing to develop new skills, then AI is going to slowly come up, do a better job than you, and for cheaper as well. So you almost want to put yourself into the shoes of your manager and say, hey, what is something that I can do that AI can't? And then use that as a starting point for your own professional development, because it's only a matter of time before it catches up. So it's just now a part of the competition.
I mean, advice I have to give to my own family and friends, their kids, trying to map out, let's look beyond 5 years. It's, if you're not trying to master a craft right now, you may be screwed. The idea of these like jack of all trades that, man, the bot can do, it is a jack of all trades and it's better than you. Where do you bring the value to the table and expertise in real life? And what we see, we talked about the job hopping, not mastering a craft, kind of does not really caring about our career at all. And it's not going to leave you in a good place in 3 to 5 years. And it's not to try to scare people. We have no financial benefit from saying that. It's just, this is the truth and what we see where that's going. Double down on getting great at something. And part of that too is, you mentioned soft skills. And, again, will we see a Fortune 500 executive one day that was all work from home? No. And is it that bad to get in the office and learn, watch, observe how someone manages and leads, how they inspire a team, emotional intelligence, or overall just kind of picking up on how people lead? It's hard to do that when you're at home and you're only getting invited to these Zoom calls that are about you, for example. So we're looking at the career growth of people. It is in your best interest to probably get in the office, be around your mentors as much as possible, soak up as much game as possible. It's not 2022 anymore.
Right.
It was nice. Mm-hmm. We did these things, and working from home was very convenient, and you can still work in a hybrid environment. We can do both, right? Do you think it's reasonable to say, I can work from home and come to the office, and I can have the best of both worlds? I can get the knowledge and grow. Is that fair?
Right. And a lot of, in companies have been running surveys on this topic left and right. As you know, it's been one of the hottest button issues in in the job world for years. And you'll find that most people actually do prefer more of a hybrid than just remote environment, because to your point, they see the value of being able to come in. So yes, ideally you can have the both worlds, and that's what most people want. It's just companies are trying to juggle that conversation with their own workforce as their productivity slips, as their sales slip, that kind of thing. So it's very possible.
From your experience, like you deal with outplacement, people getting laid off all the time. Do you think most people are realizing the threat that's on the horizon with AI and the detrimental aspects of working from remote full time, and where that may leave them, let's say in 3 to 5 years? Are they fully comprehending that maybe they are getting left behind. And by the time they're left behind, it's too late.
Yeah, I think they look at it as something that they don't have as much control over as much as they do. So what I mean by that is they are accepting that that's an inevitability and that's the market, and the market will change, or they'll just find another job, and they don't have to do as much on their own. But what I'm seeing is that for those who are strategic enough about developing their own skill set, opening up their mind to the kinds of jobs that not only they can be good at, they can like as well. Maybe it doesn't have the exact job title you have right away. Maybe, it involves you going into the office 3-4 days a week. That's still a really good opportunity for you. And so instead of just saying, well, AI is going to catch up and, my job got wiped out by it, having that negative mindset of what the environment's bringing you, and instead saying, here's what I can do today to position myself better for tomorrow. That is the mindset that we try to instill in people when we're coaching them. And I think we've had a lot of success with that. So to answer your question, I don't know if, I think people see it coming. I just think some are more accepting of it rather than realizing what they can do to position themselves better.